Welcome back, fellow adventurers, to another deep dive into the Grand Line. Today, we're resetting sail for one of the most iconic and emotionally charged arcs in all of One Piece, the Arlong Park Arc. This is where the Straw Hats truly become a family, where we learn the devastating truth behind our favorite navigator, and where Luffy declares war on a tyrant for the sake of his friend. So, grab your tissues and get ready for a roller coaster of emotions. This is the story of Arlong Park. Our journey begins on the Kenomi Islands, a place that seems peaceful on the surface. But beneath the calm waters lies a dark secret. The islands are under the iron-fisted rule of the Fishman pirate, Sawtooth Arlong, and his crew. They've established their headquarters, Arlong Park, and have been extorting the local villagers for 8 long years. Their rule is absolute, their cruelty unmatched. The villagers live in constant fear, forced to pay exorbitant tributes just to stay alive, with any resistance being met with overwhelming force. It's a world of despair, where hope has all but vanished. Into this grim setting sail the Straw Hat Pirates, or what's left of them. After a disastrous encounter at the seafaring restaurant Barati, the crew is scattered. Luffy is chasing after Nami, who has stolen the Going Merry and all their treasure. Zoro, still recovering from his near-fatal duel with Mihawk, is with Usopp, while Sanji has just officially joined the crew. They eventually track Nami down to her home island, but the reunion is anything but sweet. The Nami they find is cold, distant, and, shockingly, a member of the Arlong Pirates. She dismisses them, telling them to take their ship and leave, that their journey together is over. The crew is left stunned and confused. How could the Nami they knew, the one who navigated them through treacherous waters, be part of this cruel pirate crew? Usopp, trying to understand, wanders into Kokoyasi village, Nami's hometown. There, he meets a young boy who idolizes him and a woman named Nojiko, who turns out to be Nami's adoptive sister. The pieces of the puzzle start coming together, but the picture they form is horrifying. The villagers reveal the grim reality of their lives under Arlong. They explain the system of tribute, 100,000 berries for every adult and 50,000 for every child, paid every month. Failure to pay means death. This isn't just piracy. It's systematic oppression. While Luffy is characteristically unfazed, convinced Nami has a good reason for her actions, the others are not so sure. Their doubts are amplified when they witness Nami's cold demeanor firsthand. She seems completely loyal to Arlong, mapping the seas for him as his personal cartographer. But, as we soon learn, this is all part of a desperate, heartbreaking deal she made as a child. A deal to buy her village back from the very monster who destroyed her life. The tension escalates when the Marines, led by the corrupt Captain Nezumi, arrive on the island. Acting on a tip from Arlong himself, they raid Nami's secret stash of money, 100 million berries she has painstakingly saved over 8 long years to buy Kokoyasi village's freedom. The deal was a lie from the start. Arlong never intended to let them go. As the villagers, armed with little more than farming tools and sheer courage, decide to march on Arlong Park to fight to the death, Nami's world shatters. Everything she sacrificed, every tear she shed, every moment she spent working for her most hated enemy, was for nothing. This leads us to one of the most powerful and unforgettable scenes in the entire series. Broken and utterly defeated, Nami collapses to the ground, stabbing at the Arlong Pirate's tattoo on her arm in a fit of rage and despair. Luffy, who has been watching from a distance, approaches her. He doesn't ask questions. He doesn't need explanations. He simply sees his navigator, his friend, in pain. In a moment of raw desperation, Nami finally breaks down and asks for help. Luffy. Help me. Luffy's response is simple, yet it echoes through the ages. He takes his precious straw hat, the one given to him by Shanks, and places it on her head. Then, with a voice filled with unwavering resolve, he screams to the heavens, "Of course I will." With that one declaration, the war begins. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp march towards Arlong Park, their purpose clear: to smash the place to the ground and free their friend. What follows is a series of incredible one-on-one battles that showcase the true strength and spirit of the Straw Hat crew. Usopp, often seen as the weakest link, faces off against Chu, one of Arlong's officers. Despite being terrified, Usopp uses his wit, his lies, and his sharpshooting skills to outsmart and defeat his opponent. He proves that courage ain't about not being afraid. It's about fighting despite the fear for the sake of your friends. His victory is a testament to his growing bravery. Then we have Sanji, the crew chef, taking on Karubi, a fishman karate expert. The fight takes them underwater, putting Sanji at a massive disadvantage. But Sanji, driven by his chivalry and his refusal to see Nami cry, uses his powerful kicks and cunning strategy to claim victory. He demonstrates that a Straw Hat never gives up, no matter how stacked the odds are against them. Meanwhile, Zoro, still heavily wounded from his fight with Mihawk, faces the six-sword-wielding octopus fish man, Hatchin. This battle is a pure test of endurance and swordsmanship. Despite his injuries, Zoro's indomitable will and his mastery of the three-sword style shine through. He pushes past his limits, honoring his promise to Luffy to never lose again, and cuts down his formidable opponent. It's a brutal, bloody fight that solidifies Zoro's status as a complete monster of a swordsman. And finally, we have the main event, Monkey D. Luffy vs. Arlong. This isn't just a fight, it's a clash of ideologies. Arlong, blinded by his hatred for humans and his belief in Fishman's supremacy, sees humans as nothing more than insects to be crushed. Luffy, on the other hand, fights for a simple, powerful reason: he will not let anyone make his navigator cry. The battle is ferocious. Arlong uses his incredible strength, his sharp teeth that can chew through cannonballs, and his water-based attacks to overwhelm Luffy. But Luffy is relentless. He matches Arlong's raw power with his own gum-gum abilities and an unbreakable spirit. The fight rages throughout Arlong Park, destroying the very symbol of Nami's suffering. In a pivotal moment, Luffy smashes his way into the map room, the room where Nami was forced to work for 8 years. Seeing the ink-stained maps and the blood on the floor, Luffy understands the depth of her pain. With a furious roar of which one of these is Nami's, he proceeds to destroy every single thing in the room. The final showdown is spectacular. Luffy uses his Gum-Gum Battle Axe, a powerful diving kick from high above, to bring the entire tower of Arlong Park crashing down on top of Arlong, defeating him once and for all. The symbol of tyranny is reduced to rubble. With Arlong's defeat, the villagers are finally free. 8 years of fear, oppression, and sorrow are washed away in a tide of cheers and tears of joy. The celebration is immense, a party that lasts for days. And in the midst of it all, Nami makes her choice. As the Straw Hats prepare to leave, she runs through the cheering crowds, not to say goodbye, but to join them. She officially becomes the Straw Hat Pirates' navigator, not as a prisoner of her past, but as a free woman ready to chase her own dream, to draw a map of the entire world. The Arlong Park Arc is a masterpiece of storytelling. It establishes the core theme of One Piece, the power of friendship and the will to fight for freedom against all odds. It gives us the full, tragic backstory of Nami, transforming her into one of the most beloved characters in the series. It proves that Luffy isn't just a goofy pirate seeking adventure. He is a liberator, a force of nature who will tear down anyone who hurts his friends. The image of Luffy placing his hat on Nami's head and the crew's united march on Arlong Park are moments that define the Straw Hats and what they stand for. They are more than a crew, they are a family. And with their navigator finally home, the Straw Hat Pirates are complete. For now, their next destination, Logue Town, the town of the beginning and the end, the last stop before they finally enter the legendary Grand Line. The adventure is just getting started. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back to Arlong Park. What's your favorite moment from this arc? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more One Piece content, and ring that bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep sailing towards your dreams.